Welcome back. It's Miss Carrie again. Today we are working on session 7 of the argument unit, and this one is about revising essays to be sure you analyze as well as cite text evidence. So I want to start with a quick story here. When I was your age, there were these times when I said to my mother, "Why do I have to do that?" And her only answer was, "Because I said so, that's why." It was as if my mother was saying, "Why? Because I'm the grown-up and you are the kid and you have to do as you're told." Has that ever happened to you? You ask why and there's no good reason except because I said so? It is really frustrating, right? Oh my. So I'm sure that struck a chord. Here's my point. When I read over the drafts you're planning to revise today, it seemed to me that sometimes you're doing the same thing that makes you so mad. Sometimes you're making claims like Squeaky is protective of herself, and you plop in stuff from the story that you think makes your point, but the reader is left unconvinced. The reader is left thinking, so? You still haven't convinced me why your claim is true. So today I want to teach you that when an essayist makes a claim and includes evidence to support that claim, that alone doesn't convince readers that the claim is justified. Essayists often revise their essays to make sure they explain why and how the evidence connects with or supports the claim. Now, it can be tricky to learn how to analyze evidence, and I'm going to show you how I get started. The work that I'm going to show you here is to explain how the scene from the text, my evidence, fits with the thinking in this paragraph, and of course, with my claim. So here's part of the draft that I wrote, not yesterday, but previously, and this includes my thinking and my evidence. Okay, Squeaky's protectiveness of herself also drives her to push people away. For example, in the scene where she is talking to Mr. Pearson before the race, and he asks jokingly if she will let someone else win, Squeaky stares him down like he is an idiot. She is so angry that he would even suggest that she not win that she glares at him until he stops talking. So, wow, what am I trying to do here? So I just want first I want to just name to myself what my work here is, okay? And what am I trying to explain? Well, I'm trying to explain how the scene with Mr. Pearson shows Squeaky pushing people away, and that this is an example of her being protective. Okay, this is some heavy duty stuff right here. This connecting those two things. That's a lot to explain. So no wonder this work is hard. Now I have a feeling that we will be able to learn the most from each other today. I want you to take 30 seconds with your partner right now. Before I say go, just let me get this out. I want you to take a 30 seconds here and try to explaining how this scene shows Squeaky pushing people away and that she is protective. Remember, you're trying to really say how or why this scene shows the idea. So try to avoid saying because it is or because I said so. One way you can start is using the phrase this shows because. So if we're trying to show Squeaky is protective, you could say this shows Squeaky is protective because, and then finish the thought. How does that show Squeaky is being protective? All right, so I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to share. When we come back, we'll start again. Okay, I heard some really great strategies about how you could show this. And a lot of you came up with some good explanations as to how and why Squeaky is being protective in this scene. And so a lot of you made that connection, so I want to applaud you because that thinking is definitely difficult. So let's keep going now. We are, whoops, let's go down. Okay, so we're going to keep going now. I want you to try again with your partners doing the same work, but this time see if you can add on to your explanation by using one of these prompts or a sentence starter. Okay, so I'm going to show you that here in just a second. Hang on. Okay, here's some sentence starters that you could use. We just used this first example. This shows Squeaky is protective because. We could also use it's important to notice, or this something means something, therefore what? And then there's also this one. This is significant because, or you could say this is important because, and remember, I'm looking for that word because. That tells me you're about to explain the how or the why this fits. So what I'd like for you to do is try that now. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. Try and get through a couple of these if you can, trying to connect ways that or show the how and the why Squeaky is being protective of herself or of Raymond. Okay, go, go, go. Okay, you guys are awesome. I just want to point out that you guys are doing some really tough work, and so I want to applaud you for applying yourself and really trying to dig deep and get to that information. Right now, will you please find the draft in the first place in your draft where you supplied evidence? Now, go to the end of that place and put a star there. That is the first place where you are going to need to analyze your evidence. And so partner one, you're going to read aloud your evidence. Partner two, give your partner one of your thought prompts. Partner one, repeat your evidence. Then take the thought prompt your partner gave you, repeat it, and keep talking as long as you can. When partner one slows down, partner two, throw another prompt, one you think will keep the writer analyzing the evidence. Then switch roles. Hang on one second. Wait, back up. Sorry. Um, so, when they slow down and you're throwing another thought prompt, you have to think about uh, keeping them talking. And so it may be something like you hear them saying, "This is important because," and then they give you an answer, and then he pauses for a second, and you could say, "This shows what? What does this show? That Roger knows it was wrong to steal the purse, okay? Because, or he feels wrong because," and then you say, "Keep going," or even though Roger, really wanted the shoes, uh, he went back with Mrs. Jones to her apartment, or even though he was scared, he went back to her apartment because, and then you have to finish that idea with because deep down, whatever. So I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds, maybe give you 45 seconds to do this. But I really want partner two, your job is to push them with the thought prompts. And just so you notice, the thought prompts are on the window. And if you look over towards the window, I have the blinds shut today so you all can see that chart. And I also will have the chart on the overhead here, and it's also on my it's also written on that little board up there. So think about supplying them with these thought prompts. Okay, off you go. Okay, welcome back. All right, so as you continue to revise your essays, remember it's not enough to just plop the evidence right into your piece. The analysis of the evidence, the how and the why of it, is what is really going to convince your readers that your thinking is real and true. And this goes not just for writing, but for life. The "because I said so" reasoning is really frustrating. Supporting your reason with the why of it is just as important as the reason itself. At the end of the workshop today, you're going to have some time to share your essay with a few others. Be sure you work right now to make your essay as powerful and convincing as possible. Think about the goals that you set yourself. Well, we didn't do this last night, but think about the writing goals that you set for yourself when we started this. And I will pass around the argument writing checklist, and we can talk a little bit about how you can set yourself up with goals for continuing on with this work. Okay, off you go. Right.